We return back to Donley Field today after a Saturday saw the Grayson County Cougars snap a 7-game winning streak, their longest of such since 2015. They'll try and come back here today at Donley Field and get back into a winning streak after dropping 2 here on Saturday against Meade County and Owensboro. And they turn to a game against the Tigers of Bardstown, a rematch from a game that was played back on April the 1st. And a good evening and welcome here to Donley Field on the campus of Grayson County High School, where tonight it is Cougars and Tigers. So if you see the logos between these two teams, they're almost identical. Colors a little bit different, as you got the navy blue and orange of Grayson County and the purple and gold of Bardstown here matching up in this game between these two opponents. They met back on April the 1st in Bardstown. It was the game 1 of the Keaton Hall Woodbat Memorial Tournament, and the final score of that game was Bardstown winning by a final score of 2-1. So these two teams matching up again here and seeing who can win the rematch between these two opponents. Today here on the pregame show, we'll give you the starting lineups to both teams, let you know a little bit more about each team, and more here coming up, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on Facebook Watch.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Welcome back here to Donley Field. Sam Gormley here with you tonight between these matchup between Bardstown and Grayson County. We'll look at the visiting team on the scoreboard, the 23-8 Bardstown Tigers. And this team starts with their stud, sophomore infielder Will Cougar. Cougar on the season is hitting .446, 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, and he's 36 of 37 stealing bases. And looking at how that ranks across the state, Cougar's 5 triples is tied for 4th in the state. His 35 walks are 2nd in the state, 3rd in the state in runs scored at 50, and 2nd in those stolen bases with 36. The sophomore is already committed to play baseball at the University of Louisville following his career here in Bardstown. His father is the head coach of this team, Glenn Cougar. He's in his 11th season at the helm of the program, 148 and 194. Cougar has had a interesting story, if that's how you can put it, as he has had battles with cancer over the past couple of years, but I was doing some research into him, and he posted a message on his social media just about a month ago saying that he had a scan and remains cancer-free. So we continue to keep our thoughts with him. As we always say, some things are just bigger than the game, and that is absolutely one of them. So we keep our support behind Coach Cougar as he continues to remain cancer-free. Some other names you'll need to know for the Bardstown Tigers: Isaac Kaiser hitting .364 on the year, Trey Settles hitting .357, Andrew Berry hitting .388, and Gray Clark is hitting .320. Their most power will come from Sam Floyd. He has 2 home runs, which leads the team. The starting pitcher for Bardstown tonight will be Tyler Hayden. 13 appearances, 4 starts, 23 strikeouts, 8 walks, with a .593 earned run average. We'll let you know a little bit more about the Grayson County Cougars here coming up. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org. Answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
15 on the
Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Cougars enter tonight's contest as looking to pick up that 18th win of the season. This has already been a year that has been their best since 2015. Last season it was only 11 wins. In 2017 it was 14 wins, and in 2016 it was only 9 wins. So the Cougars do have a chance to possibly reach towards that 20-win total as we get closer and closer to the end of this season here between Grayson County here in Bardstown. Looking at the remainder of the season schedule here for the Cougars, as you will have South Warren on the road coming up on Thursday, Davis County on the road tomorrow, and then Hancock County for the final home game of this season will be on Friday night at 5:30 p.m. for the start time of that game. The Cougars will then be on the road 1 week from tonight at Whitesville Trinity for the 12th District semifinals. They will be taking on the Raiders, with the winner of that game advancing to the 3rd region tournament. The entire 12th District tournament will be held at Whitesville Trinity. So the Cougars will have a road game while still being the #1 seed in the district. We'll give you tonight's starting lineups here coming up. This is Cougar Baseball right here on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Best Mix, K105.
Bardstown. Leading off and playing shortstop is the University of Louisville commit Will Cougar. Batting second at second base is Brady Clark. Batting third and catching is Gray Clark. Batting fourth at first base is Trey Settles. Batting fifth in left field is Isaac Kaiser. Batting sixth in pitching is Tyler Hayden. Batting seventh in right field is Sam Floyd. Batting eighth at third base is Cameron Stone. And batting ninth in center field is Jace Phillips. Once more, the starting lineup for the 23-8 Bardstown Tigers. Cougar at short, Clark at second. Gray Clark will be behind the plate catching. Settles is the cleanup batter hitting at first base. Kaiser is the left fielder batting fifth. Batting sixth is Hayden pitching. Batting seventh is Floyd in right. Stone will be batting eighth at third base. And Phillips will be in center field batting in the number 9 hole. Grayson County's starting lineup with starting pitcher Dane Hawkins. We'll tell you just a little bit more about that coming up here after a quick 2-minute break, as this has been Cougar Baseball right here on Facebook Watch.
You've probably heard, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. They were referencing the Litchfield Peddler. This indoor flea market has over 100 booths full of clothing, furniture, antiques, collectibles, and more. With a convenient drive-through for a complete line of tobacco products, the Litchfield Peddler really is your one-stop shop. The Litchfield Peddler. You never know what you're going to get. Call 270-259-9941 or stop in the store. 311 West White Oak Street, located across the street from Litchfield City Hall.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Now here is your starting lineup for the Grayson County Cougars entering this game with a record of 17-15, finishing 5-1 in the 12th District. Leading off at third base is Noah Bullock. Batting second in center field is Damon Simon. Batting third and catching is Briley Napier. Batting fourth at shortstop is Kane Smith. Batting fifth, the starting pitcher tonight is Dane Hawkins. Batting sixth in right field is Andrew Haycraft. Batting seventh at first base is Gavin Childress. Batting eighth at second is Caden Woodcock. And batting ninth in left field is Ryan Johnson. Once more, your starting lineup here for Grayson County. Bullock at third, Simon in center, Napier is behind the plate and catching. Smith is the shortstop, Hawkins is the starting pitcher, Haycraft in right, and then the latter third, Childress at first, Woodcock at second, and Johnson in left. Again, looking at your defensive alignment and moving from left to right field, Johnson, Simon, and Haycraft, and then around the horn, Bullock at third, Smith at short, Woodcock at second, Childress at first. Napier is the battery behind the plate. And again, the starting pitcher tonight is Dane Hawkins. Hawkins, in his last outing, went up against Muhlenberg County on Thursday and threw the ball pretty well. As I was talking with our sports writer extraordinaire, Mr. Don Brown, and he said that he threw the ball very well, said gave up, I think, 8 hits in the game, but kept them to only 3 runs in the 6-3 victory over the Mustangs. We'll take this time to remind you to follow us along on Twitter all season long at K105 Sports. We'll have updates from games, and tonight we will have updates from both this game that you are currently watching, and then also on the other side of campus, we have the Lady Cougars who are taking on Whitesville Trinity in a 12th District matchup, as Don is over there, so he will be giving you all of the updates you possibly need. So your one-stop shop is at K105 Sports on Twitter. We will also be bringing you updates from that game right here once we see them come through, as the first pitch for that game isn't scheduled until 5:30. So we're still a little bit of a ways away from that. And in fact, it looks like we are still maybe waiting on some umpires here for tonight's game, as we were supposed to start right here at 5 o'clock. But as you can see watching, there is no action going on, as head coach Danny Clark for Grayson County and head coach Glenn Cougar, they're talking right about the third base line right now, as you'll be able to see them talking as looking at this coaching matchup. Cougar in his 11th season is 148 and 194, and the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, Danny Clark, is 321 and 251 in his 16th season here at the helm of the Grayson County Cougar program, trying to get another 20-win season under his belt here as the coach of Grayson County. Seeing if we can't look down and see if we do see any more action, but it looks like the players are just trying to stay a little bit loose, especially the starting pitchers again for today's game. Dane Hawkins for the Cougars, and it is Tyler Hayden for Bardstown. Hayden, his stats on the season: 13 appearances, 4 starts, 23 strikeouts, 8 walks with a 5.93 ERA. He is 4-2 on the year, if my memory does serve me correct, as I will look this one up here. Hayden is, 4-2 with 1 save on the year with a 5.93 earned run average, giving up 40 hits on the year, 34 runs, 26 of them earned in those 13 games that he's pitched, just throwing just under 31 innings on the year. We'll take a break and come back and have more here of Cougar baseball against Bardstown, as that'll be coming up here on Facebook Watch.
You've probably heard life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. They were referencing the Litchfield Peddler. This indoor flea market has over 100 booths full of clothing, furniture, antiques, collectibles, and more. With a convenient drive-through for a complete line of tobacco products, the Litchfield Peddler really is your one-stop shop. The Litchfield Peddler. You never know what you're going to get. Call 270-259-9941 or stop in the store. 311 West White Oak Street, located across the street from Litchfield City Hall.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org. Answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
It does look like the start of tonight's game is going to be delayed here a little bit, as we're still waiting on some umpires, as I'm not sure if we still have any. I heard that we had some movement going at some point down to our right in the parking lot, but I'm not sure if we still have an umpire yet. I'm not sure if the umpires might have thought that this was a typical home game and a 5:30 start instead of the 5 o'clock start, since they're playing a team from the Eastern time zone. But I still do not see an umpire on the field. I'm not sure if we just have one or what, but we are still waiting on possibly getting ready to get underway here in this game, as again Grayson County and Bardstown. We'll take this time to look at the Cougar baseball team and what they have the remainder of the season, as they'll travel to Davis County tomorrow night. On Thursday they will travel to South Warren. That'll be a 6 o'clock start if my memory serves me correct at South Warren. And then on Friday they will close the regular season out with a home game against the Hornets from Hancock County. Those two teams met back on April the 23rd, and the Cougars won that one 10-8 in 8 innings in what was a exciting match between two of these opponents. And then they will play Whitesville Trinity in the 12th District semifinals coming up on Monday. First pitch for that game is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. So that'll be going up at Whitesville Trinity. The regional tournament this season is going to be held at Owensboro High School if the Cougars do make it to that point here in the year. As we remind you that how they get to that is it would just take a win over Whitesville Trinity, and then anything can happen from there, as to be one of those 8 teams that will make the third region tournament, which will be the week of May 27th. Something that's kind of interesting, too, is that they're starting this season for baseball is starting semi-states. So instead of all 16 region champions going to Lexington for the state tournament, they're playing mini regions of sorts. So as you have multiple other teams that'll meet, so you have that the champion of the third region will match up against the champion of the fourth region in one game, and then the champion of the first region will match up against the champion of the second region, and the winner of each of those games will meet to be able to go to the actual quote-unquote state championship that will be held at Lexington. I do believe those games are going to be held down at Nick Dennis Field on the campus of WKU. So again, you'll be able to see those as hopefully the Cougars will be able to make it to that point where that could be. But again, the winner of the third region, as it looks like we have umpires now. So the winner of the third region will play against the winner of the fourth region, which is the Bowling Green teams, and then the winner of that game will play the winner of a game between the winner of the first and the winner of the second. A little bit confusing, but I think it should. The goal is to hopefully make things a little bit easier, as you got Grayson County's starting to warm up a little bit more, as I think it's been quite a few minutes since either team was really moving, as they were both just getting ready to start. As looks like Bardstown's ready to meet here at home plate. And as, let's see if head coach Danny Clark is on his way maybe down to the home plate right now as well. So again, this matchup is between the 17-15 Grayson County Cougars and the 23-8 Bardstown Tigers. So we do appreciate you taking this time here to join us tonight. We'll remind you that we will be bringing you updates of the Grayson County Lady Cougars as they will be playing against Whitesville Trinity over on the other side of campus, as Don Brown is there, and he will be able to bring you updates on our Twitter page at K105 Sports. So if you don't want to wait for me to give you the update, you can always go there and get the updates when they come through from Don over at the Lady Cougar Softball Complex. We also want to say that our final Lady Cougar Softball regular season game of the season to broadcast will be on Thursday. So we'll make the trip up to the Hartonsburg area as the Lady Cougars and the Lady Tigers of Breckenridge County will meet up in a game that will be played up at Breckenridge County High School. So first pitch for that game is scheduled for 5:30. So we'll be sure to bring you our coverage beginning at about 5:15. So we'll take a break, and hopefully when we come back, we will have baseball here, as we're on just about a 10-minute delay here and counting. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
The Twin Lakes
Your
Best
starting
Mix,
lineups here
K105.
one more time, as for Bardstown, leading off and playing shortstop, Will Cougar. Batting second and playing second base is Brady Clark. Batting third and catching is Gray Clark. Batting fourth at first base is Trey Settles. Batting fifth in left field is Isaac Kaiser. Batting sixth and pitching is Tyler Hayden. Batting seventh in right field is Sam Floyd. Batting eighth at third base is Cameron Stone. And batting ninth in center field is Jace Phillips. So once more, Cougar at short, Clark at second, Gray Clark behind the plate, Settles at first, Kaiser in left, pitcher is Hayden, and right is Floyd, Stone at third, and Phillips is the center fielder. For the Cougars, Noah Bullock leads off playing third base. Damon Simon will be in center batting second. Batting third will be Napier, the catcher behind the plate. Batting fourth at shortstop is Kane Smith. Batting fifth at pitching is Dane Hawkins. Batting sixth in right field is Andrew Haycraft. Batting seventh at first is Gavin Childress. Batting eighth at second is Caden Woodcock. And batting ninth and playing left field is Ryan Johnson. The first pitch of tonight's game is after this, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on Facebook Watch.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Looks like we're getting closer and closer here to the start as Dane Hawkins on the mound here to warm up here in this game between the Cougars and the Tigers of Bardstown. So we appreciate you taking the time here to get underway as Bardstown entering the game with a record of 23-8, and the Cougars are 17-15. Again, the starting pitcher, Dane Hawkins, for Grayson County. The defensive lineup for the Cougars, Johnson in left, Simon in center, Haycraft in right, Bullock at third, Kane Smith at short, Woodcock at second, Childress at first, Napier is the battery behind the plate, and Dane Hawkins is towing the rubber for tonight's match between Bardstown and the Grayson County Cougars. These two teams met back on April the 1st. And it was a 2-1 Bardstown victory in that game. Kane Smith was the one who started that one for the Cougars. And he threw the ball really well in the game, allowing only 4 hits, 1 run. And he gave up 2 runs. Only one of them was earned in the 2-1 decision in against Bardstown earlier this season. As Hawkins finishing warming up here. So we're getting started here. Just about a 15-minute delay if you just joined us. Getting started a little bit later than we had planned on as we were waiting on some umpires to arrive here to tonight's game. It does appear everyone's roaring and ready to go, though, between the Cougars and the Tigers, as both teams have almost identical logos, as we can even throw that up right now. As you can see that their logos here are almost identical. So Will Cougar will lead off here between Cougars and Bardstown here. Cougar on the season is hitting .446 with 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, 5 triples. He is a sophomore and already committed to play baseball at the University of Louisville. And the first pitch of tonight's game is outside for ball 1, and that is how we get started. Official start time is 5:16 p.m. here. Quickly, Hawkins working back. And that pitch is high and outside for ball 2. So Hawkins falls behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Cougar is second in the state in walks with 35, and he appears that he is trying to get something similar here. And a called strike on the outside corner. And that'll make our count go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Cougars defense is lined straight up. Hawkins fires, and there's a ground ball to the first baseman, and it goes under his glove and into right field. And there is the first hit. Rounding in towards taking a hard turn around first was Cougar, and he immediately stops about halfway. And that is how the first batter reaches base here in this game, and they're going to rule this a base hit as it went. It was a hard hit ball, and Childress wasn't able to get his hand on it. So now that will bring up here for Bardstown, it'll bring Brady Clark up to the plate. And they will attempt a pickoff move to Cougar. Again, Cougar second in the state in stolen base attempts, 36 of 37. He takes them, and he takes them often, as he scored 50 runs on the year. The first pitch here to Brady Clark is a called strike. On the season, Clark is hitting .333, 15 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Long looking at the sign. Clark looks down to Cougar. Now Hawkins will pick off, and he was off running, and they picked him off. How about that? As Cougar was off running on it, and at the last second realized that it was a pickoff move, and he was dead to the water. So that's how you get a guy who steals a lot of bases out there at first. So that's the first out of this inning. Dane Hawkins picks off Cougar. So now he will be able to move back here and put all of his focus on Brady Clark. The 0-1 pitch is a fly ball hit into shallow left field. Johnson is under, and there's the second out of this inning. So that'll now bring up Gray Clark. Clark hitting .320. 34 RBIs, 6 doubles, and 4 triples. Something that you don't always see is a catcher who has 4 triples on the year. And that ranks up there in the state as well. As Bardstown as a team, I think, ranks second in the state in triples, as this team hits the ball with some authority. As there is a called strike. It is the first pitch to Clark from Hawkins. Hawkins, the warm-up and the pitch, runs off the outside corner, and that'll even up our count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. The head coach for Bardstown is Glenn Cougar, 148 and 194 in his 11th season at the helm of the Bardstown Tiger program. Hawkins fires, check swing, and he went for strike 2. Hawkins is a quick mover on the mound. Waiting on the batter, Clark, to be ready. Now the 1-2 pitch comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Bardstown, they get 1 hit, but they get him thrown out, picked off. So through a half inning, Bardstown 0, and the Cougars are coming up. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Tyler Hayden is the starting pitcher tonight for Bardstown. Hayden on the season, this is his 14th appearance and his 5th start. 23 strikeouts and 8 walks with a 5.93 ERA. Coming into the game with a record of 4-2, and he also has a save. As the senior Hayden also swinging the bat, about 211, 9 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Leading off for Grayson County will be Noah Bullock. Over on the other side of campus, the Lady Cougars and Whitesville Trinity are getting ready to get underway. As we can kind of see the field if we angle our neck enough, so we'll be sure to bring you some updates from that game throughout here tonight's coverage. So your defensive lineup for Bardstown: Kaiser in left, Phillips in center, Floyd in right. Around the horn, Stone at third, Cougar at short, Clark at second, Settles at first. And Gray Clark is the battery behind the plate, and Hayden is again the starting pitcher. Bardstown, if you just joined us in the top of that inning, had a leadoff hit into right field by Cougar, but he was picked off by Dane Hawkins. And a strikeout and a flyout was how they went from that point on. So here's Bullock to lead off the game here for Grayson County. Here comes the first pitch. Is a cold strike on the outside corner. That's the first pitch of the game here for Tyler Hayden, the senior, number 36, again entering the game with a 5.93 ERA. Cougars going to try and take advantage of that. Cougars probably ran into this Bardstown team at a good time as Bardstown played 2 games on Friday and 2 games on Saturday. So they had to run through a lot of their pitchers, and I think it was even district game that they played on Friday, so they obviously were throwing 2 of their studs. Bullock lines one right back up the middle for a base hit, and that is how the Cougar offense gets started here in this game. So he dribbled that one right back up, and the shortstop Cougar wasn't going to have a play on it, so it'll be Damon Simon now that will look in. Hayden checks the runner, Bullock. Looks in for the sign. Now the pitch is in the dirt and outside for ball 1. Bullock can show some speed at first base. It'll be interesting to see if Danny Clark might give him the green light to run here to try and get a runner in scoring position and get some runs in this game, get an early lead. Hayden fires, Bullock is off, and it's going to be a tough play, and the shortstop bobbles it, Cougar, and he's not going to have a play on it. So an error by Cougar gets both runners to reach, and that'll put runners here on first and second with nobody out. So Briley Napier now comes in with Bullock standing at second and Simon standing at first. Cougars going to try and get some runs here in this first inning. A long look back to second and now fires. And a swing and a miss to the first pitch to the junior Briley Napier. Cougars had a 7-game winning streak snapped on Saturday. They had 2 games here at Donley Field, one against Meade County and one against Owensboro. That 7-game winning streak was their longest since the 2015 season. Bullock with a large lead at second, and now he spins all the way around and chases Bullock back, but does not take a throw as the second baseman Clark backed off by the time that Hayden had spun all the way around. The pitch is in the dirt, and it's going to get away from the catcher, so runners will advance to second and third. Bullock takes a long turnaround third, making sure that the catcher would get the ball back in time. So Bradley Napier now has a runner standing 90 feet away. The 1-1 pitch coming is outside for ball 2. Hayden on the season, 23 strikeouts, only 8 walks. So he has been fairly efficient throwing the ball. He checks the runners and fires, and Napier fouls this one off to the right side and out of play. So that'll even up our count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners standing at second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch from Hayden is dribbled to the third baseman. There is going to be a play at the plate, and it's thrown by the backstop. There's going to be another runner. Here comes Simon in. He will go in sliding, and the Cougars take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning as Stone tried to throw home, and he threw it wide. So an error by Stone puts the runner, Napier, moving to second and scores 2 runs. So Simon scores, so Grayson County leads this one now 2-0 with nobody out here in this inning. So it'll now be Kane Smith trying to add another one. He hits one right back up. It's off the pitcher, Hayden. He'll get and he'll throw to first, and it's off the bag, but the first baseman tags Smith on the way by. And there is the first out of the inning as it went off of Hayden's leg, and immediately head coach Glenn Cougar goes out and asks Hayden if he's okay, and he shakes him off. As Kane Smith showed some frustration on that. So you would have thought that that would have been an easy hit right back up the middle, maybe even to score Napier. But instead, it's a 1-3 putout. So 1 out in the inning here. Napier stands 90 feet away for the pitcher, Dane Hawkins. Hayden fires in a dribbler down the third base line and foul. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Hayden takes a long look at Napier and now fires, and Hawkins just fouls that one off. That'll go to no balls here and 2 strikes. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. The Cougars have already had 2 runners cross the plate after 2 errors by Bardstown. Hayden trying to get out of this inning without any more damage. Napier leads off, takes a secondary lead, and Hawkins again just fouls one off, and we'll do it again here. And the catcher, Brady Clark, is going to walk out and hand that ball off to Hayden, the pitcher. And now he's actually going to make his way out to the mound. Taking his time, talking it over, and now he's on his way back. He almost looked back at the umpire right when he made it to first, made it right back to where he made it to the pitcher's mound, and now he's talking with the umpire, and appears that we're back to action. So here comes the 0-2 pitch again to Dane Hawkins. Checks the runner, Napier at third. Now fires, and it's outside for ball 1. Good eye by Hawkins watching that pitch run off the outside corner. And pickoff attempt. Napier dives in safely, and it gets off the glove of the third baseman, Stone. He runs and chases it, and Napier was safe on it. Not really a big lead by Napier, but Hayden trying to make sure that he doesn't get too big of a jump on a ball if a ball's hit into the infield. Napier, a couple of weeks ago, I think the game against Whitesville Trinity, had a play that he dove in safe, and there's a ground ball into left field for a base hit, and it's 3-0 Cougars. Dane Hawkins finds the hole in between the third baseman and the shortstop. And how about Grayson County taking this lead here? And now Andrew Haycraft will step in. Cougars already scoring 3 runs here in this inning. Hawkins stands at first. Hayden looks in for the sign. Now the pitch is inside and hits Haycraft off the back right of his shoulder. And he's holding his shoulder a little gingerly. Let's hope that he's okay, and he is in a lot of pain down at first base. And looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner.
Now batting, number 10, Gavin Childress.
Looks like we're having some, in fact, multiple courtesy runners. As down to courtesy run at, as trying to see if we can't see who these are. Cody Shepard is down at second base. And the courtesy runner at first, I think Andrew actually might have stayed in the game now that we look back at it. So it's a good sign. So the left-handed batter, Gavin Childress, comes in now, and the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. So you have Shepard standing at second, running for the pitcher Hawkins, probably so Hawkins can stay loose, not have to stand out on the base passes. It's not cold by any means, but temperature probably about 60 degrees right now. And called strike to even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nothing that you really want players to have to sit outside in the cold any more than you need to. No rain, though, as it's a little overcast tonight, but I don't think we're going to have any chance of rain during tonight's game. In fact, looking at later on this week, temperatures, I think, are supposed to get up into even the mid-80s. Hayden fires the break-even pitch outside for ball 2. So Hayden throwing 20 pitches here in this first inning. The Cougars have plated 3, still only 1 out in the bottom of the first. Pitch is called strike, and down and sliding in is Shepard, and he's safe as he beats the tag. And Gavin Childress swings through that, and head coach Danny Clark yells down, and I'm not sure if there was a hit and run on it or what. But the runners do advance to second and third. And so Bardstown's coach, Glenn Cougar, is taking his time to go out there and talk with his team. As you've got the left fielder, Kaiser, and the center fielder, Phillips, are talking out in left field. And then in right field, down to one knee is Floyd, but the entire infield is out with the coach, Cougar. And our umpire was just making his way out when Cougar decided to head back into the dugout. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes, and I think we were looking on that play was a hit and run. And it ended up paying off for the Cougars as both runners slid in safely. But here comes the break-even pitch from Hayden. The double play is off. He fires, and just fouling it off as Childress extended his arms to go and get that one. Standing in the on-deck circle for Grayson County is Caden Woodcock, and in the hole is Ryan Johnson. Again, Gray Clark walks the ball out to the pitcher. The break-even pitch coming again. He looks and fires. And as a dribbler, Hayden misses it with a glove. It's now the second. The shortstop is coming home, and he is out at home is Shepard. As a nice play by Cougar, spinning all the way around and immediately fired home and cuts down the runner. So there is the second out of this inning on the fielder's choice. Cougar to Clark. So a 6-2 putout. So now Caden Woodcock will look in with Haycraft standing 90 feet away, trying to add to this 3-run total already for the Cougar. Yes, to the 3-run total already. And there will be a little blooper hit into the shortstop, Cougar, and he is under. And there goes the inning. But the Cougars score 3 and through 1, lead this one 3-0. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
The Twin Lakes Best
Dane
Mix,
Hawkins in for his second inning
K105.
of work, and he's been spotted with a 3-run lead. The Cougars scored 3 unearned runs to take the lead. And just underway on the other side of campus, the Lady Cougars in Whitesville Trinity underway. Be sure to bring you some updates from that game when we get them. As our sports writer extraordinaire, Mr. Don Brown, is over there tonight to bring you updates from that game as well. So leading off is Trey Settles, and the first pitch from Hawkins is a fly ball hit into deep left center field, and under it is Simon, and there is the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Dane Hawkins, who got out of what looked like having one of the top base stealers in the league on base at first. And they were able to pick him off, and it'll now be Isaac Kaiser. Kaiser on the season hitting .364, 22 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a triple. And the first pitch to him is a called strike by Hawkins. Hawkins, the quick mover. Dribbles one down to the first baseman, Childress. He'll step on first, and there is the second out of the inning. So 3 pitches for 2 outs here. And now standing in for Bardstown will be the pitcher, Tyler Hayden.
Now batting.
Hayden on the season hitting .211. 9 RBIs and 3 doubles. He's trying to get some runs back after his defense caused him to allow 3 unearned runs. That pitch is high and inside. He turns away from that one to avoid being hit. And it does appear that Andrew Haycraft is still in the game out in right field, and he is okay. Called strike on the outside corner, and that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's a pitch in the dirt. And it will roll to the backstop, and that'll make our count go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Over at the Lady Cougar softball complex through the first half of the inning, Whitesville Trinity goes in order in the top of the first. So heading to the bottom of the first in that game, the Lady Cougars are coming up, no score. We'll be bringing you more updates from that as there's a called strike, and that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you'd like more up-to-date updates from that game, you can follow us on Twitter at K105 Sports. As if you can't wait for when I give it to you, that's the best place to find updates from all of this game. And a pitch inside, called strike 3. A beauty of a pitch from Dane Hawkins. And 1-2-3 goes Bardstown through 1.5 innings. Grayson County leads 3-0. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Twin Lakes
Ryan
Fast
Johnson will lead off the bottom of the
K105.
second inning. Cougars have this 3-0 lead here. After scoring those 3 unearned runs, taking advantage of mistakes. And that's exactly what I think, if you look at what your definition of a good team does, it's exactly what it is. They take advantage of mistakes by the other team. So let's see if they might be able to continue that moving on here. As leading off again, Ryan Johnson, Tyler Hayden in for his second inning of work through 24 pitches, giving up 3 runs, only none of those, in fact, were earned. So the first pitch from Hayden is a called strike on the outside corner. He gets ahead in the batter here with his 25th pitch of the game. Fouled off to the right side, and falling behind in the count here at 0 balls and 2 strikes is the senior left fielder Ryan Johnson. Johnson, along with was recognized on senior night last week against Butler County. So there's a ground ball that'll get through the hole and into right field for a little dribbler of a base hit, as the second baseman Clark was running after it, and it just rolled enough into right field for a leadoff hit here for the Cougars. And back to the top of the order we go for Noah Bullock. Bullock in his first at bat grounded one right back up the middle and then came around to score. So Ryan Johnson stands at first base. Hayden looks back at him. Now looks in for the sign. And the pitch is high. Almost looked like a pitch out of sorts. Not necessarily, I think, was the goal of it, but had to bring the catcher to his feet. The 1-0 pitch. And the runner was off, and Bullock fouls that one off. There's a little bit of hit and run that you'll see Danny Clark like to run. So we do appreciate you, though, tuning into tonight's coverage. So the 1-1 pitch to Bullock with Johnson standing at first is in the dirt. That'll make our count go to 2 balls here and 1 strike. Get our next coverage of Cougar baseball / softball will be softball on Thursday, as the Lady Cougars will travel up to Hardensburg for a game against the Breckinridge County Lady Tigers. And off again and into right field. The hit and run works to perfection. Bullock takes a hard turn around first, and going into third base, standing up is Johnson, and now throwing the ball in, and Bullock will advance to second on an error. And Bardstown is not helping themselves in the field here, as Bullock reaches with a single. And advancing to third base on that last play was Johnson, and then Bullock advances to second on the fielding error. So still nobody out in the inning. Runners on second and third. Damon Simon. And that is a first pitch ball. Simon in his first at bat reached on an error by the shortstop, Cougar, as Cougar tried to turn a double play but just wasn't able to get it out of his glove in time. And there's a little dribbler to Cougar. He thinks about coming home, but will get the sure out at first. So that will be the first out of the inning, but the Cougars make this a 4-0 game as the fielder's choice on the ground ball. 6-3 goes that, but Johnson goes in to score. And now Briley Napier here. And the first pitch to Napier is a cold strike. Do have some little bit of wind action that has been going on tonight. Napier just fouls that one off the tip of his bat. Getting ahead in the count here, the pitcher Hayden with no balls and 2 strikes. Napier dribbles one to the second baseman, Clark, and he'll fire on, and they keep Bullock at third. And there is the second out of the inning. So Napier can't get the runner in. And they'll now turn to Kane Smith. In his first at bat, he grounded out to the pitcher. On Friday night, Kane Smith homered against Hart County. And pitch will get down to the backstop. Bullock comes in, he slides in, and he is safe. A head-first slide from Noah Bullock, and he is safe, and the Grayson County Cougars now lead this one 5-0. So Kane Smith now has no runners on base. Smith swings right through that one and tips it. That'll even up our count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch runs off the outside corner. That'll make our count go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Lady Cougars leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. Can't get anyone across. Swing and a miss goes Kane Smith, and that'll even up our count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So through 1, Whitesville Trinity and Grayson County, no score in that game. The break-even pitch is in the dirt and outside, and that'll make our count go full here as it bounces all the way around. In his first at bat, Smith fired one right back up the middle that went off of the pitcher Hayden's leg. And he will dribble that one foul into the Bardstown dugout. So we'll do a full count pitch again. And Smith will foul that one off to the right side, and we'll do the full count pitch once more. The full count pitch coming is a fly ball hit back into center field. The center fielder is under, and there is the 3rd out of the inning. But the Cougars do score 2 more runs, and through 2 innings, they lead this one 5-0. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
You've probably heard life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. They were referencing the Litchfield Peddler. This indoor flea market has over 100 booths full of clothing, furniture, antiques, collectibles, and more. With a convenient drive-through for a complete line of tobacco products, the Litchfield Peddler really is your one-stop shop. The Litchfield Peddler. You never know what you're going to get. Call 270-259-9941 or stop in the store. 311 West White Oak Street, located across the street from Litchfield City Hall.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix,
Floyd will lead off for
K105.
Bardstown as Dane Hawkins comes in, only throwing 18 pitches through the first 2 innings, and Cougar coaching staff and one of the umpires is the field umpire having a long talk in between the innings. Not really sure if it's just a friendly conversation or if there's something about the game going on. It seems that it is a little bit more in depth than just a where are you going for dinner later. Not really sure what the point is, but seems like everything is back in order, and here we come. Sam Floyd leading off here at the top of the 3rd inning. Grayson County leads this one 5-0. First pitch is outside for ball 1 from Hawkins to find Floyd. Floyd on the season hitting .241, 4 doubles, 12 RBIs. Does have the team lead with 2 home runs. And the second pitch is outside for ball 2. Bardstown in their last game, as, they lost 17-2 to Russell County in 4 innings. After they were on a massive streak before then. There's a ground ball that will get through into right field for a base hit. So the leadoff runner is on, and it rolls into the infield. And let's hope Andrew Haycraft is still okay, as he still has a little ginger out there in right field. So Cameron Stone now comes in. Stone hitting .157 with 10 RBIs. Let's see if Bardstown might try to move that runner over into scoring position here with a bunt play. And immediately off, and there's a fly ball hit into shallow right field, and it will drop. And immediately the second baseman, Woodcock, gets under and spins all the way around, and a little bloop hit into the shallow part of right field puts 2 runners on here in the top of the 3rd inning. For Jace Phillips, who's hitting .242 with 3 doubles, 2 RBIs here on the season. And he attempts to bunt, but it's fouled off behind the plate. Coming into this game, Bardstown has won 13 of 15. They've been on a roll here for most of the past month and a half. Playing their best baseball when you're supposed to, much like the Cougars have been. The Cougars had that 7-game winning streak snapped against Owensboro and Meade County this past Saturday. The 0-1 pitch coming is way outside for ball 1. That'll leave the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, standing at second base is Floyd. Standing at first base is Stone. And that pitch runs outside again for 2 balls and 1 strike. Hawkins checks the runner at second in Floyd, and now delivers. And it's a bunt, beauty down the third base line, and Bullock's not going to have a play on it. A beautiful bunt that he couldn't have rolled out any better. And an infield hit loads the bases here with nobody out for Bardstown. And back to the top of the order for their best hitter, Will Cougar. And immediately Danny Clark coming out and talking with his team just to kind of settle down his pitcher here. Cougar again on the season coming into tonight, hitting .446, 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 3 triples. As his stats, he's tied for 4th in the state with triples with 5, 2nd in the state in walks with 35, 3rd in runs scored with 50, and 2nd in stolen bases with 36 as he was picked off and after reaching in his first at-bat. So runners on every base. Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bardstown trying to make this game interesting with their best hitter at the plate. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Pitch high. And Hawkins, after mowing down the batters in his first 2 innings, struggling a little bit here in this inning. As in his first inning, he threw 70% of his pitches for a strike, 75 in his second inning, and in this inning, he's now almost at about 40%. 42% to be exact. Showing bunt and a cold strike right down Broadway. And that'll make our count go to 3 balls here and 1 strike as Cougar showed bunt and immediately pulled back. I think he had the red light on that one. The 3-1 pitch coming is lined into right field for a base hit. 1 run will score as Haycraft fires in, and it will just be 1 as Haycraft did a nice job to get in. But Bardstown gets on the board here and makes our score here at 5-1.
Now batting, number 10, Brady Clark.
So Brady Clark now comes in for his second at-bat today. In his first one, he flew out to the left fielder Johnson. So still nobody out. 5-1 is our score. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Well, no, pitch nearly hits him. That'll make our count here again, moving to 2 balls and no strikes. Standing at third is Stone. Phillips at second. Cougar is at first. Cougars lined up defensively straight away. The first baseman and third baseman even with the bags, though. And a cold strike. The 2-1 is low for ball 3. Whitesville Trinity has taken a 5-0 lead in the top of the second inning after sending 10 batters to the plate. So through the middle of the second, Trinity leads the Lady Cougars 5-0. It's over at the Lady Cougar softball complex here. Ground ball, Bullock with a diving play. The play at home, he's out. What a play by Noah Bullock. As he dove to his left to make the play and gets up and fires home and gets Stone for the fielder's choice. Somebody might need to call Sports Center after the diving play. So 1 out here in the inning. Gray Clark now coming in. Clark has 34 RBIs. It's one of the top totals in the state. Trying to add to that here. And that pitch just misses on the inside part of the plate. And it'll fall behind here at 1 ball and no strikes. Hawkins looking for a double play ball to try and get out of this inning without any more damage. And there's a cold strike on the inside corner. That'll even up our count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cold strike, a late call by the umpire. But it was pretty much the identical position to the previous pitch that he called a strike to. He was just a little bit late. So here comes the 1 ball and 2 strike pitch. And that's popped down to the left side and out of play. He had a lot of pop under that bat. So the 1-2 pitch See if Hawkins might try to get him chasing on this. And he droops one. The second baseman, Woodcock, will not make the plays. It'll drop. 1 run will score, and they will not have a play on that as the little pop fly goes right over the head of Woodcock. And that'll make our game here at 5-2. And a courtesy runner will come in here as number 13, Pullman, will run for Gray Clark out. So the courtesy runner, Joseph Pullman.
Now batting, number 6, Trey Settles.
Pullman 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts. Not that it's a steal attempt, but does at least have some sort of speed. So 5-2. Settles is the go-ahead run, standing at the plate. And that pitch is low for ball 1. Hawkins' 25th pitch of the inning there. And there's a ground ball. Bullock gets it. Did he not tag the runner? He did not. But Napier is going to get the out there at catch at home. And I thought Bullock, he caught it, and I thought he immediately had a tag on it, and he almost might have had a play if he'd have stepped on third. So I guess the umpire did not see the tag, as I thought that there was. So a fielder's choice gets the runner down at the plate. So Bullock has thrown 2 runners here out at the plate in this inning. And they're loaded now for Isaac Kaiser, the left-handed batter. Napier gets out of his stance to catch that one. Nice job there by the junior catcher, Briley Napier. Kaiser hitting .364 with 22 RBIs. Dane Hawkins tried to get out of this inning with only allowing the 2 runs that he already has. As we look here for a 2-ball and no strike count. Runners at every base. That pitch just misses outside, and falling behind here at 3 balls and no strikes. So you have Clark standing at third, Pullman at second, and Settles is at first. The 3-0 pitch right down Broadway, called strike 1. Hawkins checks the runner at third and now fires, and there's ball 4. He walks in a run, and that'll make our score here at 5-3. So the pitcher, Tyler Hayden, will now come up, and he will be the ninth man to come to the plate here in this inning. This inning got started on a base hit by Floyd. And a called strike is the first one to Hayden. That was Dane Hawkins' 50th pitch of the game. Something to keep in mind to see if Danny Clark might have to go to his bullpen. That pitch runs outside for ball 1. And Clark obviously playing the 2 games on Saturday doesn't help at all. Running through some of your pitchers, especially playing tomorrow, as that one is blooped off behind the plate. And getting ahead in the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes is Hawkins. Hawkins trying to leave the bases loaded here. The pitch. Called strike 3, and that's the innings. But Bardstown scores 3 runs on 5 hits. And through 2.5 innings, Grayson County leads this one 5-3. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix.
Bardstown scores 3
K105.
runs in the top half of the 3rd inning. Cougars going to try and get some of them back here, as our score here is 5-3. Dane Hawkins will lead off. In that first at bat, it was a base hit into left field. And we're still waiting here as Coach Clark is taking his time to get that down to the third base coaching box. And Danny Clark is talking here, and I'm not sure if we might have Andrew Haycraft coming out of the game. That's what we're thinking. So here we go. So Dane Hawkins will lead off this inning. And a called strike on the outside corner. And that'll be a ground ball to the third baseman. He'll bobble it, and there's not going to be a play. So an error reaches the first runner here. Dane Hawkins reaches on the error by Stone. And the Cougars getting another runner on. The 4th error of the game here by Bardstown. And now we do have a pinch hitter. In to hit is Mason Miller. And Miller's talking now with Danny Clark here. So Mason Miller pinch hits for Andrew Haycraft, who we are assuming is probably leaving the game with an injury after being hit. He was hit on the back right shoulder blade. We don't want to assume anything. That does appear what that injury is, and you could tell that he was laboring when he was playing right field last time, so let's hope that that is nothing too serious for the senior Haycraft. And Miller rips that one foul down to the right side and out of play. In fact, I think in between the net and the dugout there is a hole of maybe a foot. And I think it snuck right through that hole and ended up going into the stands. So, yeah, it's not a lot of room down that side, but it does squeeze right through. And pitch tried to pick off Hawkins down at first. And he'll dive in safely. So it'll be interesting to see if Mason Miller might come into the game and pitch it sometime today. He shows bunt. And that pitch is in the dirt. And that'll leave up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Miller pitched the first inning of the game against Hart County on Friday. And then Noah Bullock came in the second. And Bullock was nothing short of outstanding. 6 innings with 2 hits. And Miller fouls that one off as Hawkins was off on the plate. And that'll move our count here to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I do believe that Bullock is unavailable to pitch. Alex Scott is unavailable to pitch, and as is Kane Smith. But I think other than that, the rest of the team should be okay to pitch tonight's game. So it'll be interesting to see who Danny Clark might go to, as Hawkins has already thrown over 50 pitches through 3 innings. Here's Hayden's 50th pitch of the game. He looks in for the sign and delivers, and that pitch is outside, and that'll even up our count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Through 2 innings, the Lady Cougars trail Whitesville Trinity 5-0, happening over on the other side of campus. Continue to bring you updates from that game. The break-even pitch coming here from Tyler Hayden. Miller fouls that one off again behind the plate, and we'll do it over one more time. Standing in the on-deck circle for the Cougars, Gavin Childress. Caden Woodcock stands in the hole. You have Hawkins standing at first base. Actually, I think we have a courtesy runner down there, as we have Shepard, who is the courtesy runner. And that pitch is outside in the dirt. Shepard's going to go off, and a wild pitch will advance the runner to second base. On the wild pitch, and that'll make our count go full here. Mason Miller, a nice at-bat. So the 3 balls and 2 strike, full count pitch. Shepard stands at second. The pitch to Miller is outside, and what an at-bat from Mason Miller. Fouls off a couple of tough pitches and reaches on the walk, and it'll now turn to Gavin Childress.
Number 10, Gavin Childress.
In the middle of the 3rd inning, Whitesville Trinity leads 6-0. And we have time as the catcher Clark is coming out to talk with his catcher. And the other Clark is going to come in as well. And the other Clark, Danny Clark, will take his time. So you've got the second baseman is Brady Clark, the catcher is Gray Clark, and the head coach of the Cougars is Danny Clark. And all of the Clarks were talking to respective people during that last stoppage of play. So it will go to Gavin Childress. Childress, in his first at-bat, reached on a fielder's choice. 5-3, though, is our score. If you just joined us, the Cougars scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Bardstown scored all 3 of their runs in the top half of this inning. A long look down at second. Showing bunt is Childress, and it's a beauty. Right in front. A play down to first base. And a sacrifice bunt from Gavin Childress moves the runners into scoring position. Nice bunt there by Childress. The sophomore does exactly what he was supposed to do. And that will be the first out of the inning for Caden Woodcock now. In his first at-bat, he had a little pop-up to the shortstop Cougar. Cougars trying to add some of the 3 runs that they gave up in the top half of this inning. Hayden looks in for the sign and fires. And that's a line drive, base hit into left field. 1 run will score. They're going to round away as the left fielder bobbles the ball, and Grayson County will take a 7-3 lead. After Caden Woodcock lines in 2 runs, and Grayson County again now takes that 7-3 lead. They get the two of the 3 runs back. And now the head coach Cougar is going to come out and talk with the home plate umpire. Ryan Johnson is who will be batting. And I'm not really sure what this is. It looks like it's almost about the lineup card of some sort. I'm not sure if they're trying to say that the Cougars bat out of order, which they didn't. Oh, it looks like Woodcock was wearing a different jersey number than what's on the official lineup card. So it'll be interesting to see if they will call him out. Thank you.
Now batting, number 2, Ryan Johnson.
So Ryan Johnson now comes in. He singled to right field in his first at bat. Woodcock stands at first base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cougars have already had 2 runners cross the plate. And that one is fouled off. So we're already approaching the 1 hour mark here of tonight's game. So a long start, but that's what you get when you have 10 runs cross the plate and a combined 11 hits. So a long start to the game. In fact, the Lady Cougar softball game has already matched our point in the game. Pickoff move, diving in safely is Woodcock. And Johnson fouls that one off. As off and running was Woodcock in the on that pitch. Tyler Hayden's next pitch will be his 58th of the game. Doesn't appear that Bardstown has anyone getting loose in their bullpen. Not sure if there's someone in the field that they would turn to possibly relieve Hayden if it does come to that point. Hayden looks in for the sign. And he'll now try to attempt a pickoff move, and Woodcock dives in safely. Lady Cougars score twice in the bottom of the 3rd inning and now trail Whitesville Trinity 6-2 through 3 innings. That game's over at the Lady Cougar softball complex. That one's popped off over to the right side of foul territory, and the first baseman settles is under, and there is the 2nd out of this inning off the little pop out by Johnson. So it'll now be Noah Bullock. Bullock 2 for 2 tonight. Has singled both to the right fielder and the center fielder. He has Woodcock at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Cougars have already had 2 runners cross the plate. Pitch is in the dirt. Woodcock thinks about running, but smartly does not advance. As catcher did a nice job keeping that one in front of him. Bullock, ground ball to Cougar. Cougar will run on and throw, and there's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Cougars score 2 and through 3. It's 7-3. This is Cougar Baseball right here on Facebook Watch.
You've probably heard life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. They were referencing the Litchfield Peddler. This indoor flea market has over 100 booths full of clothing, furniture, antiques, collectibles, and more. With a convenient drive-through for a complete line of tobacco products, the Litchfield Peddler really is your one-stop shop. The Litchfield Peddler. You never know what you're going to get. Call 270-259-9941 or stop in the store. 311 West White Oak Street, located across the street from Litchfield City Hall.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
We head to the top of the 4th inning. Grayson County leads this one 7-3.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
On both K105's Facebook and Litchfield's country station 103.9 The Moose. So we do appreciate you tuning in. And head coach Glenn Cougar, for most of this inning break, has been talking with the umpires. And I'm not sure if it's still based on, and we are pretty sure that it was based on Caden Woodcock wearing a different number. So it appears everything is sorted out. And the lead off this inning will be Sam Floyd. Floyd led off the top of the third inning with a base hit into right field. And it is look like Mason Miller is out in right field. Again, he pinch hit for Andrew Haycraft. Swing and a miss. That'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hawkins, that was his 55th pitch of the game. And he'll fly one up to the second baseman, Woodcock. He is under, and he'll grab it right on the edge of the infield. And there is the first out here of this 4th inning. So Cameron Stone.
Now batting, number 11, Cameron Stone.
Stone in his opening at bat singled on a little bloop hit that fell in between Woodcock and Haycraft. Hawkins delivers the pitch, and that's fouled off behind the plate. And that will be the first strike. Again, 7-3 is our score. And over at the Lady Cougars softball complex, through 3, Lady Cougars trail Whitesville Trinity 6-2. There's a little ground ball. Hawkins gets off the mound, picks and fires. Got him. On the little ground ball, nice play by Hawkins to get off the mound, and there is the second out of the inning. And it'll now go to the 9-hole hitter, Jace Phillips.
Now batting.
Phillips had a beautiful bunt in his first at bat that rolled down the third base line, and I'm not sure he could have bowled it any better with his hand. Almost a perfect bunt. Hawkins trying to get through a quick inning. He needs it. Called strike. So Hawkins in his first inning threw 10 pitches, second inning threw 8 pitches, and threw 35 in that third inning. So the outlier, and he throws one to the backstop there. And that'll lead up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ooh, inside, nearly hits him. Hawkins, the warm-up, and the pitch is outside and falling behind here at 3 balls and 1 strike. Cold strike on the inside corner, and that'll make our count go full here. 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. If you just joined us, the Cougars scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third. And Bardstown scored 3 in the third inning to make our score here at 7-3, and a called strike 3, and that is the inning. So through 3.5, the score is 7-3. Is this Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Cougars lead this one 7-3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Approaching the 1 hour and 10 mark here of our game. For our high school game, for some of these games that we've done this season, we're already in the 7th. As when you have 10 runs and a lot of base runners on both sides, calls for a slow-moving game, and it's probably not exactly what Bardstown wanted, is them coming from the Eastern time zone. They still have about a 45-minute to an hour trip back.
15, Simon.
Damon Simon leads off this bottom of the 3rd inning. He's reached twice on a fielder's choice and an error. Both times he's hit it right at the shortstop Cougar. And the first pitch from Hayden is ball 1. And he'll just foul that one off, and it hits the umpire. And he just asked the catcher to walk out to the home, and it did hit him. And I think if you're head coach Danny Clark, you say, sir, you take as much time as you need. As the umpire asks the catcher, Clark, just to go out and talk with his pitcher, just to give him a moment. And it does appear that he is okay. As Bardstown looking off into their fan section, there's one person sitting there, and so there might be some sitting down into the spots. There is a blind side that we can't see, so as the closer you get to the press box, the warmer it'll be. So swing and a miss. Simon goes down on strikes. Actually, a drop 3rd strike, and the catcher will throw him out that way. Cougar faithful showed up, though. A light crowd, not quite as strong as usual. I think, like usual, the weather has kind of kept some people away. And through here in the top of the 4th inning, over at the Lady Cougar Softball Complex, Whitesfield Trinity sends 9 batters to the plate and scores 5 times, and they now lead that one 11-2. So it looks like the Lady Cougars will fall in the season series to the Lady Raiders of Trinity. Napier flies one into right center field. The right fielder Floyd is under, and there's the second out of the inning. Kane Smith comes in.
23, Kane Smith.
Smith flew out to deep center field in his last at-bat and hit a rocket right back at the pitcher Hayden that bounced off of his leg. It would have been a sure base hit up the middle. But Smith has hit the ball hard in both of his at-bats. It's only time for him to find a hole somehow. And he looked at that pitch and he about wanted to hit that one, but it goes outside for ball 1. As he took a step as like he wanted to, and he'll get under that one. Hit into shallow left field. The shortstop Cougar is under. And there is the 3rd out of the inning. So through 4 innings, Grayson County leads this one 7-3. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
Top of the 5th inning, we head.
Best Mix, K105.
5th inning of work. Will Cougar will lead off for Bardstown. Cougar again, that sophomore phenom for the Tigers, as he's already committed to play baseball at the University of Louisville.
Now batting, number 9, Will Cougar.
So Cougar 2 for 2 tonight. Both hits as he's pulled the ball both times into right field for hits. He was picked off in his first at bat and came around to score in his second one. Cold strike. The first pitch there from Dane Hawkins. Hawkins really, other than that third inning, has been very good tonight. And the third inning, the main factor that when you look into that is he throws a breaking ball that comes inside, and backing out is Cougar. As you saw, he threw that he was struggling with his command in that inning, as he threw only about 50% of his pitches. And there's a pop fly. Childress is under, and he's got it. And there is the first out here of this inning. But yeah, it was the third inning where his control started to take a little bit of an issue. He only threw 51% of his pitches for a strike when he was averaging pretty much about 70% through the remainder of these innings. So to go now to Brady Clark. Clark has reached on a fielder's choice and flew out to the left fielder Johnson. Hawkins delivers, and there's a fly ball hit into center field. Simon moves over to his right, and there's the second out of the inning. So now it'll be Gray Clark.
Now batting, number 44, Gray Clark.
Clark had a bloop single in his last at-bat and is struck out swinging. Hawkins has 4 strikeouts tonight. Had a couple of them of the cold variety. So Clark has been one of those as he swings at a high fastball for strike 1. Clark has been one of the victims of the strikeout already tonight. And a sweeping breaking ball hits the outside corner, and that'll move our count here to no balls and 2 strike. Hawkins fighting ahead in his facing his batters here in this inning, and you're seeing that he's having a lot of success because of it. And that one is fouled off to the right side. Underneath of it is Childress, and there is the inning right in front of the camera down there, and that goes 1, 2, 3 goes Bardstown, and through 4.5. It is 7-3 Grayson County. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix.
Bottom of the 5th inning, we head here 7-3. Grayson County leads this one over Bardstown, as it will be Dane Hawkins that will lead off this inning, and in again for another inning of work is the Bardstown righty Tyler Hayden. Hayden tonight has thrown 4 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of which have been earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and he's hit a batter. So the Tiger defense has not been kind to him tonight, but the Cougars have taken advantage of it. Hayden's first pitch is fouled off into the Bardstown dugout. And that hit a Bardstown player down there, but looks like everybody's okay. In fact, they're smacking him down in that dugout. So the 0-1, the 70th pitch of the game from Hayden, is again fouled down into that dugout. And Coach Clark with a nice play, bouncing off of the dugout as you have the brick, and Clark goes out with his left hand and grabs it, not even needing a glove. So the 0-2 pitch coming to Dane Hawkins. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup is way outside for ball one. And that pitch is in the dirt, and that'll even up our count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The break even is swing and a miss, a foul tip out. And there is the first out here of this 5th inning. And that'll be Mason Miller in his first at-bat as he came in for Andrew Haycraft. Had one of the better at-bats tonight as he forced a walk as he fouled off a couple of tough pitches and battled back. And that pitch misses outside. So the 1-0 is popped out into the infield. And the third baseman, Stone, is under. And there is the second out here of this bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting, number 10, Gavin Childress.
So they'll now turn to Gavin Childress. Childress 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat and reached on a fielder's choice. Hayden's pitch is a line drive right at the second baseman, Clark. And there is the third out of the inning. So through 5, Grayson County leads 7-3. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
6th inning, we head.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix,
K105.
K105.
Here with you with a call from Donley Field. As it'll be Trey Settles who will lead off. And Hawkins' first pitch to Settles is high for ball 1. And that's how the 6th inning will get underway. The line score for the game for Bardstown, 3 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors. For the Cougars, 7 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. As that pitch runs outside, and that will make our count move to 2 balls and no strikes. Again, Dane Hawkins, other than 1 inning, has been very good tonight. And that'll be ball 3 to Trey Settles. Hawkins' next pitch will be 75 on the game. And it's a called strike. So I'm sure Danny Clark is probably hoping that he can have Hawkins go the remainder of tonight's game and not have to go much towards that bullpen. So there's a fly ball hit into right center field. The right fielder Miller is under, and there is the first out of this inning. So Mason Miller goes under that one, and that'll bring up now Isaac Kaiser. Kaiser 0 for 1, walked in his last at bat, and that walked in a run and grounded out to Childress. Kaiser, the left-handed batter, junior left fielder, hitting .364 coming into the game, and he looks at a first pitch ball. Kaiser had his 23rd RBI, his 4 doubles, and a triple as well. Bardstown trying to avoid their second straight loss. And looking at ball 3, they've only had one quote-unquote losing streak the entire season when they lost 3 in a row, losing to Ashland Blazer and then 2 to Bethlehem. And there's a called strike on the 3-0 pitch. So falling behind 3-0 into back-to-back batters, Dane Hawkins, he was able to retire the first one. Let's see if he can have that success doing to this one. Swing and a miss on the pitch right down Broadway. And battling back now is the pitcher, Dane Hawkins. Sophomore. And that one is fouled off to the right side. Hawkins, 6 feet tall, right-handed pitcher for the Cougars. And the full count pitch coming with 1 out here in the 6th is low, and that'll put a runner on first base. And for the pitcher, Tyler Hayden. So another pitcher-on-pitcher battle. And Hayden is struck out looking in both of his at-bats tonight. And first pitch to Hayden is fouled off. And that'll move our count here to no balls and 1 strike. Hayden calls time, steps out, looks down to the sign from head coach Glenn Cougar. Again, Cougar, the head coach of Bardstown, in his 11th season, 148 and 194. The pitch is a called strike, and they're going to be a throw down, and the runner is safe in there. Kaiser off stealing, and a good call by the umpires. It does look like he was in just ahead of the tag from Kane Smith down at short. But the count does move to no balls and 2 strikes. Kaiser, though, gets a stolen base and moves into scoring position. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and for the 3rd time tonight, the pitcher Hayden goes down on strikes. And that'll be the 2nd out here of this top of the 6th inning, and they'll turn to Sam Floyd. Floyd 1 for 2.
Number 19, Sam Floyd.
So 1 for 2 in the game. They'll try and see if they can't strike another runner here across the plate for Bardstown. Pitch high and outside for ball 1 is the first one to Floyd. Floyd 1 for 2. He singled to right field and popped out to the second baseman Woodcock. Hawkins checks the runner and delivers a pitch low and outside. He'll fall behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Cougars will be back in action tomorrow night at Davis County. And then on Thursday, they will be down in the Bowling Green area. Hawkins spins all the way around and fakes the pickoff move. And that'll chase the runner, Kaiser, back to second. So they'll be down in the south end of the Bowling Green area, taking on South Warren, one of the favorites from the 4th region. Called strike on the 2-0 pitch. So the South Warren game will be on Thursday, and then they'll be back here at Donley Field for the final home game of the 2019 season as they will take on the Hancock County Hornets. As Floyd fouls that one off to the left side, and that'll even up our count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Grayson County leads 7-3. Bardstown trying to make the game interesting. The break-even pitch coming is high. As the pitch kind of slipped out of Hawkins' hand. And that was pitch number 91 for Dane Hawkins. Of course, the KHSA rule is the maximum amount of pitches that a player can throw is 120. So the full count pitch is fouled off. And I think that fouled off of the umpire's hand. And for the second consecutive inning, the umpire gets hit with a ball. And it does appear he's okay. I think that one went off of his right hand, and he's shaking his hand. Looks like the catcher asks him if he's okay. He nods, and here we come back. So the 3-2 full count pitch coming again is outside, and he walked him. In the middle of the fifth inning, Whitesville Trinity leads the Lady Cougars 11-5. As Lady Cougars scored 3 runs at the bottom of the fourth inning. So it'll now be Cameron Stone. Stone here, they have the tying run in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Stone checks his swing in time for ball 1, as it looked like at first he was going to take a big rip on the high pitch, but didn't really even take a check swing. It looked like he was getting ready to take a rip at that. And there's a pitch down and sliding in safe back as they tried to pick off a runner. So you have runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 7-3. Cougars have this 4-run lead. Stone is at the plate. And a called strike. A beautiful pitch hitting that low inside corner, and ahead in the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hawkins shakes off the first one from Napier. Now checks the runner at second and delivers. And checking his swing, and they say he did not go around, and that'll even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Standing at second base is Kaiser. At first is Floyd. And Hawkins will attempt a pickoff move, and Kaiser comes in safely. The break-even pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And through 5.5 innings, Grayson County leads this one 7-3. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Caden Woodcock will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Cougars might see if they can add another insurance run or 2 here. They have that 4-run lead, and it'll be interesting to see what they do in the 7th. Dane Hawkins, that was his 98th pitch that he had thrown. Will they turn to him again in the 7th inning? Or will they go to the bullpen? It does appear that Bardstown is sticking with their starter, Tyler Hayden. Hayden tonight, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of which have been earned. A walk, 2 strikeouts, and has hit a batter. So Hayden has just had bad luck fielding-wise. So Bardstown has committed 4 errors in the game, which has helped plate a bunch of these Cougars' runs. And the first pitch to Caden Woodcock is a line drive right to the second baseman, Clark. He picks up and throws on, and there is the first out of this inning.
Now batting, number 2.
So Ryan Johnson will now be who the Cougars will turn to. His third at bat here tonight. He singled to right and flied out to the first baseman in foul territory. And Johnson will dribble one to the second baseman, Clark. He picks up and throws on. And the Cougars see 2 pitches in ground 2 right to the second baseman, Clark. And it'll now be Noah Bullock. Hayden in the past 3 innings, counting this one. So to get the past 2 2/3, he has only thrown 18 pitches. So to get the last 8 batters out, only 18 pitches he's thrown. And Bullock, first pitch swinging, that one's fouled off behind the plate. The 0-1 is in the dirt and outside. That'll even up our count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the score of the Lady Cougar softball game. In the middle of the 5th inning, Whitesville Trinity leads the Lady Cougars 11-5. That game's over on the other side of campus at the Lady Cougar softball complex. We'll continue to keep you updated there. Bullock dribbles one, foul down the left side, and it will go out of play. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Noah Bullock from Hayden. He's in the dirt, and that'll even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we do appreciate you tuning into tonight's broadcast. And the break-even pitch coming. Bullock will ground one to the shortstop Cougar. He picks up and throws on, and it's an error, throwing it into the first base off of the wall. So Bullock reaches base off of the error from the shortstop Cougar. And now they'll turn to Damon Simon. Simon is 0 for 3. Has reached on an error, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out. Bullock standing at first. Hayden fires. Pitches low and outside for ball 1. A little bit of an upset going on here in softball between a 5th region and a 4th region team as Central Hardin leads Warren East 4-3. Warren East is the lone undefeated team, and I don't think there is a baseball team left undefeated, but they are the one softball team still left undefeated in the state of Kentucky. And Warren East trails Central Hardin 4-3 right now at the bottom of the 5th inning. And there's a line drive right at the first baseman, settles, and that's the inning. So through 6, Grayson County leads 7-3 as we head to the 7th. As this is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org, answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Will come on here in the top of the 7th inning, trying to go for the complete game here. Hawkins tonight, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. All of them have been earned, 6 strikeouts. So, and leading off here is Jace Phillips.
Now batting, number 1, Jace Phillips.
Another score to bring you. Edmonson County Lady Cats softball leads Metcalfe County in the bottom of the 6th inning 6-0. As the Lady Cougars will make the trip down to downtown Browntown tomorrow to face Edmonson County. First pitch from Hawkins to Phillips is outside for ball 1. The 100th pitch of the game here. He's in the dirt, falling behind here at 2 balls and no strikes. So I'm not sure if the Cougars have a There's a called strike there, and there's a pop fly. Hit behind the plate and out of play. And hits off of, on top of us, it sounds like. Outside for ball 3. So that'll move our count to full. The 3-2 pitch coming is popped off out of play down to the left side. The 3-2 pitch is outside for ball 4. So fouled down the third base line there, so it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Will Cougar. As standing at first base is Phillips. No outs here in the top of the 7th inning. So here comes the 1 ball and 2 strike pitch. Is lined back over the head of Hawkins, and it's going to be a tough play, and there's not going to be any play. As it goes over the head of Dane Hawkins, and that'll fall for a base hit, and just kind of drops into no man's land. Kane Smith really had no play on the ball. And Dane Hawkins now, his next pitch will be number 110. You have runners on first and second base. In the top of the 6th inning, Whitesville Trinity leads the Lady Cougars 12-6. So it'll be Brady Clark, runners on first and second. Dane's pitch is outside for ball 1. So again, the KHSAA rule says that Hawkins can only throw 10 more pitches. And there's a ground ball, and it's going to go into left field for a base hit, and they're going to hold up the runner right there. So that'll load the bases up here with nobody out. And let's see if we look down into the dugout, and that looks like it's going to do it for Dane Hawkins. And what an outing tonight for the pitcher for the Cougars. And let's see who they might turn to come in and close this game. There's nothing official yet. As Clark's talking to Hawkins, who has thrown 111 pitches. And looks like it's going to be Noah Bullock. So Bullock will come on to try and save this one. The base is loaded here in the top of the 7th inning with nobody out. We'll take a break and come back and see what Bullock can do, as this is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix,
Bullock here
K105.
comes in to try and close this one out. The bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. And the first pitch from Bullock is low for ball 1. Of course, Bullock has the unconventional sidewinder attempt that makes it very difficult to see the ball, and that one was behind the batter, and for a ball, it does not hit him, and the umpire is going to talk to Danny Clark, and I'm not really sure what in a time is. And now Clark is having to go out and talk with Bullock. So you have the Cougars lead here by 4, top of the 7th inning. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Clark and Bullock are talking, and now head coach Danny Clark is asking for the umpire to come out, and I'm not sure what this might be about. And I'm not really sure what that was. The umpire made Bullock throw one pitch. So, here we come, though. 7-3. And the pitch is outside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count moves here. Bullock here. Gray Clark steps in. Clark is 1 for 3 tonight. And there's a called strike. So it'll be a 3-1 count here. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Cougars lead by 4. So it is the tying run at the plate. And there's a hit into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Another run is going to come around to score, and they're going to throw one in to Hawkins at third. And that will make our score here at 7-5. On the base hit by Gray Clark, scores 2. And it'll now go to Trey Settles. Settles, 357 on the season coming into tonight's game, 28 RBIs, 8 doubles. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He has flown out to the right fielder, flown out to the center fielder, and reached on a fielder's choice. So the tying run stands at first. The go-ahead run is at the plate, and Bullock's pitch is outside for ball 1. So the pitcher, Dane Hawkins, he is in charge of that runner on second. So that is his runner. Bullock has the runner at first. And there's a pop fly. Mason Miller is under and right, and there is the first out here of this inning, and he'll fire one into Kane Smith, the shortstop. So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, or 1 out, sorry, in the top of the 7th. 7-5 is the score. Kaiser will now come in. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice, and his last 2 plate appearances, and also grounded out to Childress, the first baseman. Bullock checks the runner, Clark at second, and now delivers. And there's a hit into left field. Johnson goes over and makes the catch. And Bardstown is down to their final out. And it'll be the pitcher, Tyler Hayden, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The tying run stands at first. The go-ahead run comes to the plate. Bullock trying to save this one for Hawkins. The pitch outside for ball 1. Bullock sets and fires. And that pitch will run high here to 2 balls and no strikes. 7-5. Bardstown has already scored 2 runs here in this 7th inning. Pitch inside, just misses. And that'll make our count go to 3 balls and no strikes. Standing in the on-deck circle for Bardstown is Floyd, followed by Stone. Bullock checks the runner. And called strike right down Broadway. So 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Runners on first and second. The pitch, called strike, and that'll make our count go full. So the runners will be off on this pitch. So a hit into the outfield could possibly score that runner from first. The pitch is ball 4, and that'll load them up here for Sam Floyd. Floyd tonight, single to right, flied out to the second baseman, and walked. So the bases are loaded. The go-ahead run stands at first. The tying run stands at second base. Floyd on the season has 12 RBIs and has hit 2 home runs. That one is inside, and Floyd gets out of the way of that. So the 1-0 outside, falling behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Bullock sets and delivers the 2-0 pitch, showing bunt, and now pulling away, and it's a called strike. That'll make the count go here, 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. The bases are loaded for Bardstown. They've already scored 2 runs. Bullock sets, called strike, and that'll make our count go to 2 balls here and 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Briley Napier's going to go out and make sure that he's on 100% the same page as Bullock. The runner on third base is Brady Clark. On second base is Gray Clark, and at first is Hayden. Bullock trying to save this one for Dane Hawkins. He looks in. The break-even pitch here coming with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning from Bullock is inside, and it hit him. And that will bring in a run here and make our score here at 7-6. And Briley Napier, the catcher, didn't seem to agree that it hit him. He immediately went back and looked at the umpire. And now Danny Clark's going to talk down to the umpire. So that makes our score here at 7-6. So the bases are loaded. That does close the line on Dane Hawkins. We will bring that to you here in just a moment. Pitch from Bullock is low. Throw down to first and diving in safely. So the 1-0 is high as well for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch coming from Bullock as the sun starts to shine is a called strike right down Broadway. As the sun is shined through the clouds here on the overcast night. And that one runs outside, moving to 3 balls and 1 strike. The tying run stands 90 feet away for Bardstown. Bullock sets and fires. Called strike, and that'll move our count and go full. It's pretty much what every hitter dreams of, not necessarily the pitcher, but the bases loaded. It's a 1-run game, 2 outs, top of the 7th inning, and a full count. 1 pitch, and Bullock delivers, and it is high, and our game is tied. So here we go. It's an 0-1 pitch here with the bases loaded. 7-7 game. Pitch from Bullock is inside, and it's going to go to the dirt. Here comes a play at home, and he is out. Did he get him on the foot? No, the ball falls out of Bullock's glove, and we still don't have a sign from the umpire. Do we still have an official sign from the umpire? I guess he is safe, as I never saw an official sign from the umpire, so it is 8-7 on the wild pitch, and Bardstown has come back to take the lead here, scoring 5 runs in this 7th inning. And there is a fly ball hit back to the shortstop, Smith, and that is the inning. But Bardstown scores 5 times and takes an 8-7 lead. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix.
At the bottom of the 7th inning,
K105.
Grayson County finds themselves at the first deficit of this game, 8-7. As it has been back and forth here towards the end, as Bardstown scored 5 runs in that 7th inning to take the lead. So Riley Napier will lead off, so it'll be the 3-4-5 hitter. Napier, Smith, Hawkins. And leaving in the game for Bardstown is the pitcher Tyler Hayden. The final line on the pitcher, Dane Hawkins, 6+ innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So through 111 pitches. So Briley Napier will lead off. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out, he's reached on an error, and he's flown out. And that pitch runs off the outside corner for ball 1. So the Cougars again trail this one 8-7. The pitch is a called strike, and that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. So we've hit the 2-hour mark in this game. The break-even pitch coming from Hayden. Hit him. So there's the tying run on first. And maybe, will we see a courtesy runner?
Now batting, number 23, Kane Smith.
It'll be Kane Smith. He's hit the ball hard in a couple of at-bats here tonight. Flew one to the wall in center field in his second at-bat, and had one that hit off the pitcher Hayden in his first at-bat. And a pickoff move back and gets Napier sliding in. And we do have a final score. The Grayson County Lady Cougars lose to Whitesville Trinity 20-7 in 6 innings. So the struggles for the Lady Cougar softball team continue. And that pitch is outside for ball 1, the first one to Kane Smith. So 89 pitches for Tyler Hayden. Bardstown, do we have some movement going down in that bullpen? It doesn't look like it. As I see a shadow, I think it's just a player running. So Napier stands at first. He is the tying run. Smith shows bunt, pulls away, and that will be ball 2. So looking at the defensive alignment, outfielders are straight up. The third baseman, Stone, is now in, standing on the infield grass. First baseman, Settles, holds over Napier, and that pitch runs off the outside corner for the third ball. So 3-0, and now you ask the question, if you're Danny Clark, do you give Kane Smith the green light here to swing at whatever's close, or do you make him take the pitch and get the winning run on base? And it looked like he had the red light there as he watches a pitch right down Broadway. And that'll make our count here go to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hayden checks the runner Napier at first. Delivering the 3-1 pitch. Napier is off, and that's lined into left center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Napier is rounding third base and bobbling the ball. Napier is going to come in, and now going into third base, sliding is Kane Smith, a triple off the wall, and that ties our game up here at 8. It's Kane Smith that comes through with a triple off of the wall, and Napier comes all the way around from first, and it'll be Dane Hawkins that can now try to win the game with a hit to the outfield. And Kane Smith went in sliding hard, and I think he needs a moment to walk it off. And Bardstown's manager, head coach is coming out, and I hope that Kane Smith is okay. And I'm assuming that he is because Coach Clark is not talking with him. I think he's just needing a moment to walk it off. So Bardstown head coach Glenn Cougar. Tell you what, though, what a ball game here tonight. So Grayson County has Kane Smith on third. And Dane Hawkins is up to the plate here. So Dane Hawkins can win it with a hit to the outfield. The infield is in, looking for a possible suicide squeeze attempt. And they're going to intentionally walk. So it'll be Mason Miller. So an intentional walk. And they're going to intentionally walk. The bases loaded. And it'll be Gavin Childress. And in all seriousness, and this makes a lot of sense, is you now have a play at any base. So they walk the bases loaded. So you have the bases loaded here. Now a play at any base, nobody out. So obviously that's what Cougar talked about. Gavin Childress tonight, he's 0 for 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice, lined out to the second baseman, and sacrificed. The 94th pitch of the game will be coming from Hayden. He looks in for the sign. And the pitch is stopped by the catcher. Nice play there, and it is a ball. As immediately right after that, Gavin Childress held up the stop sign to Kane Smith, who I'm sure would love nothing more to score the game-winning run tonight. Here comes the pitch. Is a ground ball to the first baseman. He'll throw home, and he is out at home.
Yes, he dropped it.
He is out. So apparently the Cougars are wanting him to drop the ball, and it was a late call again there by the umpire, as he doesn't have an immediate signal. So I'm not sure if he was waiting to see, but there is the first out of the inning. So Kane Smith is out at home. So runners are still with the bases loaded here. One out. We have a tie game. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Caden Woodcock now will have his chance. A double play would end the inning. The pitch is low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We have the bases loaded with 1 out. And the pitch is swung on and missed. So Tyler Hayden's next pitch will be number 99. If you just joined us, Bardstown scored 5 runs in the top of the 7th to take an 8-7 lead, and that one is dribbled down the line, and it is a foul ball just by the hair. And that'll make our count here remain here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, but if you just joined us, Bardstown scored 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning to take an 8-7 lead. Kane Smith doubled off the wall to score Briley Napier from first to tie the game up at 8. Bardstown then walked the bases loaded. Childress grounded into a fielder's choice. Smith was thrown out at home, and that's how we are here. Caden Woodcock with a chance to win the game, tied up at 8. The pitch is ripped down the left field line and foul. He took a good swing on that one, and if that was fair, that would have done it. And the outfield is playing incredibly shallow because they know that anything hit into the outfield would score the runner from home. So 100 pitches from Hayden. Here comes pitch 101. He looks, and he'll step off. This has been an excellent ball game here tonight. The pitch is in the dirt, and that'll make our count here go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the break-even pitch, 1 out. And swing and a miss. The drop, 3rd strike, and he'll just step on home. And they're going to have a play down at 3rd as they'll tag the runner out. So it'll be a... Are they going to call a double play there? They are going to call a double play, and that will end the inning. So he didn't have to run home, and that will be the end of the inning, as called out at home is Hawkins. And that will send us into extra innings. So through 7 innings, it is 8-8, as this is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
When you or a loved one is ready to seek help for a drug addiction, Don't let the moment pass. Instead of wasting precious time searching the internet and spending hours on the phone, you can find help now. Because the keys to finding treatment are right at your fingertips. Go online to findhelpnowky.org. Answer 5 optional questions, and in less than a minute, get a list of every Kentucky-based treatment provider accepting clients. Findhelpnowky.org. Finding addiction treatment is easier than ever.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
So here comes Mason Miller in to pitch here the extra innings. As this has been an excellent game if you just joined us. So Cougars straightened it in, so we'll be, let's see if we have, where we go. So Mason Miller is the new pitcher. Looks like Bullock has moved to second base, and as Woodcock moved out to right field. And that's what it looks like. So now you're fielding, looking at it, is you have Ryan Johnson in left, Simon in center, Woodcock is in right field, and around the horn, Hawkins at third, Smith at short, Bullock at second, Childress at first, Napier remains behind the plate, and Mason Miller. The final line on Noah Bullock, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and he hit a batter. So Mason Miller will come on 8-8 as we head into extra innings. So leading off here for Bardstown will be Will Cougar. Again, Cougar, the sophomore stud for Bardstown, 3 for 4 tonight. And the first pitch from Mason Miller just misses high and outside for ball 1. Called strike. And that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, entering tonight's game, Cougar was hitting .446. And that pitch is high for ball 2. As he's already probably increased that average a little bit today, going 3 for 4. And there's a little drooper. In comes Woodcock, and he dropped the ball out in right field, it looks like. So reaching on base there is Cougar for the first out of this inning. Or for the first base runner of this inning. So Woodcock can't get under that one. And that will put the go-ahead run at first for Brady Clark. And he'll step off now and wait for Glenn Cougar to deliver the sign to his son. Mason Miller looks in, checks the runner, Cougar at first. And now delivers. Pitch in the dirt. Napier's going to throw down to first, and he's safe. So the pitch was in the dirt, and Childress, if he possibly would have thrown a tag down, might have gotten Cougar. And another throw in, and he is safe. Yes, 2 hours and 15 minutes has been our game so far tonight. 8-8. If you just joined us, whoo-wee, you have missed a dandy. Off running, Napier's throw down, and he's in there safe. And thinking about taking off to third. So Cougar goes in sliding. So 1-1. So Cougar gets the stolen base. That is his 37th of the game. So he stands as the go-ahead run at second. The pitch is in the dirt and goes to the backstop, and Cougar will go into third base. on the wild pitch from Mason Miller. And now Cougar stands 90 feet away as the go-ahead run. Miller still looking for this first out of the inning. The 2-1 pitch coming is a ground ball to the shortstop. He'll pick up and throw on, and he's there, and there's not going to be a play at home as Cougar will dive in safely. So Bardstown has taken a 9-8 lead. So Brady Clark now comes in, one batter, one out here in the top of the 8th. And there's a line drive base hit into left field. And another base runner here for Bardstown. For the Tigers, 9 runs on 10 hits and 5 errors. For Grayson County, 8 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Trey Settles comes in now to bat. He's 0 for 4. Miller looks to the first baseman and fires, and the pitch is in the dirt, gets by Napier, and now taking off to second base, and Napier's not even going to take a throw on that. So Mason Miller, 10 pitches here in this inning. Only 5 have gone for a strike. The 1-0 pitch is a dribbler down to the third baseman. Hawkins, he'll pick up and throw on, and there's the second out of the inning. So Isaac Kaiser will now come in. The left-handed batter is 0 for 2 tonight. He's walked twice, flied out to the left fielder, and grounded out to the first baseman. Pitch high. If you just joined us, it was the comeback by Bardstown. In the top of the 7th inning, they scored 5 runs that took an 8-7 lead. At the time, the Cougars scored 1 in the bottom of the 7th, but stranded the bases loaded with a chance to win. So it was 8-8 here. And there's a little blooper. And diving and making the play is Noah Bullock. What a play by Bullock. And that ends this half of the inning. But Bardstown scores 1. And here in the middle of the 8th, the Tigers lead this one 9-8. This is Cougar Baseball on Facebook Watch.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
The Twin Lakes
Head to
Best
bottom of the
Mix,
8th inning.
K105.
Bardstown leads this one 9-8. And the leadoff will be the number 9 batter, Ryan Johnson. And is it the same pitcher here for Bardstown? Yes, it is. So Tyler Hayden is on for his 8th inning of work. His line tonight, 7 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs, 3 have been earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 batters hit by a pitch. Ryan Johnson is 1 for 3 against him tonight. Singled in his first at bat, popped out to the first baseman in foul territory in his second, and grounded out to Clark in his last at-bat. So the bottom of the 8th inning. Free baseball here at Don Lee Field. Sam Gormley here with you from the coverage of tonight's battle. So Ryan Johnson trying to get the offense going. And the pitch is a called strike. So Hayden is in line for the victory right now, while Mason Miller is saddled with the loss unless something changes. Pitch is low and outside, and that'll even up the count here at 1-1 strike. So Hayden's next pitch will be number 105 for the game. Again, the KHSA rule allows only 120 pitches in the game. And Johnson fouls that one off. So the Cougars, with the right inning here, could force Bardstown to pull another pitcher. When these two teams met back on April the 1st, it was anything but an offensive battle. 2-1 was the final score. And that game was played at Bardstown. So the 1-2 pitch coming to Johnson is fouled off. So here comes the 1-2 again. Johnson trying to stay alive. He'll dribble one to the shortstop, Cougar. He'll pick, he'll throw, and he is safe. Beating it out, hustling down the line goes Ryan Johnson. And an infield hit, and that was a tough play by Cougar. And Johnson flying down the line puts the tying run at first base for Noah Bullock. Bullock tonight is 2 for 4. Single to the center fielder, single to the right fielder, grounded out to the shortstop and reached on an error. Hayden looks in for the sign. The warm-up, the pitch. Bullock shows bunt and goes over top of it. And there is a swing and a miss on the strike. So we're approaching, getting closer and closer to the 2.5-hour mark of this game, which has to be one of the longer games that the Cougars have played this season. The pitch, Bullock shows bunt, and it's fouled. So that'll make the count here to no balls and 2 strikes. You have the runner Johnson at first. He is the tying run. Bullock is the winning run at the plate. Let's see if head coach Danny Clark might put on a hit and run here. Something that they do quite often with Bullock at the plate. The third baseman is in on the grass. He comes in even more. He's standing almost even with the pitcher. Bullock shows bunt, and the pitch is a pitch out way outside, and that'll make our count here go to balls. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the third baseman Stone is practically standing even with the pitcher's mound. Be interesting to see if Bullock might be able to find that hole behind third base and bloop one right there. So the 1-2, he showed bunt. He's going to show bunt again, and that pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. So here comes the break-even pitch. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ryan Johnson, the tying run, stands at first. The pitch, Bullock shows bunt, and it's a beauty down the first base line, and it'll stay fair. It rolls down and could not be more perfect, and Bullock ends up beating it out. A beauty, and settles. The first baseman had no choice but to wait and see if it would roll foul. And it does not. So runners on first and second. Bullock is the winning run. And that'll bring Damon Simon to the plate, who is still looking for his first hit in the game. So Tyler Hayden has thrown 112 pitches. Still no action in that Bardstown bullpen. Bullock the winning run. Pitch is outside as Simon shows bunt as well. And if you get here early enough to a game here at Donley Field, the Cougars spend, they almost don't even take necessarily batting practice. It's more bunting practice before almost any game. You'll see them spend probably 15 minutes just bunting, and that is exactly why. Bullock showed it with a beauty down the first base line, and Simon lays another beauty down. The pitcher is not going to have a play. He's thrown to first. He's safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Brady Napier will come to the play here to try and tie the game up. As another infield bunt hit, and Brady Napier comes in again. Nobody out. The bases are loaded. What a baseball game here tonight. 9-8, Bardstown leads. So the bases are loaded. Napier stands in. The winning run, Bullock, is at second. And time is called. I think if you look down at the pitcher, Hayden, he is exhausted. I mean, this is his 8th inning of work. Throwing what will be his 115th pitch, and he hits Napier, and it's a tie game. The winning run is 90 feet away with nobody out. And Kane Smith will try to be the hero for the second straight inning. He tied it. He tied the game up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So here comes Hayden. He looks in for the sign. The pitch, called strike right down the middle. So the winning run, Bullock, is 90 feet away. We're all tied up at 9 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 0-1 pitch is a dribbler to the shortstop. The play at the plate is behind him, and the Grayson County Cougars win. 10-9, the Cougars win this one over Bardstown as the throw from the shortstop Cougar was wide, and Grayson County wins 10-9. What a baseball game here tonight, and the Cougars survive in 8 innings. This is Cougar Baseball on K105.
Ralph's Market, just 10 minutes from Nolin Lake and the center of the Nolin community. They have something for everyone. When you're hungry, stop in to enjoy Ralph's full line of hot deli or their new pizza options. If you're headed to the lake, Ralph's has you covered with bait and tackle, as well as the gas to get you there. Always guaranteed to be greeted with a smile in this family-oriented atmosphere. Call 270-242-9339 or stop by any day of the week from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Ralph's Market.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Grayson County wins this one by a final score of 10-9 in 8 innings. And I think the only thing you can say about this one is, wow. as what looked like the Cougars to possibly cruise to a victory in this game turns out to be anything but that, as Kane Smith's walk-off on the error by the shortstop ends up winning this one by a final score of 10-9. The win goes to Mason Miller. The loss goes to Tyler Hayden. And still just, I think, a lot of people here just trying to catch their breath from what was an incredible baseball game here tonight. We will, here coming up on the post-game show, we will tell you how everything happened. And if you're just joining us and you just tuned in here, you've got a lot to catch up on here in this game. We'll run down the stats and everything else here coming up, as this is Cougar Baseball right here on K105.
The sun is shining, flowers are blooming, everything is starting to look nice again. Your home should too. Call Nick's Power Clean for all your soft wash and cleaning needs. Nick can make your house shine from top to bottom, offering soft wash system for homes, shingle roof cleaning, concrete scrubbing, gutter cleaning, brightening vinyl fences, and more. Call 270-230-2776 to get your home looking great again. Once again, that's Nick's Power Clean at 270-230-2776.
At the core of most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
10-9, the final score. Grayson County defeats Bardstown here tonight in what will be known as a game for the ages. As if you tuned in late tonight, you might have to go back and watch, as we had some technical difficulties up here. So there's 3 different broadcasts that you're going to have to piece together. And trust me when I say this, you're not going to want to just start in one of them. You're going to have to go back and watch this entire thing again. And that's not just me saying as a selfish broadcaster wanting you to continue to watch our broadcast. This was just an excellent baseball game here tonight. Bardstown scored as Grayson County. They took the lead 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. That was a 5-0 lead. Bardstown made it interesting, made it 5-3 at the middle of the 3rd inning. Cougars took that 7-3 lead, and that lead stuck until the top of the 7th inning when Bardstown scored 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning, taking an 8-7 lead. But a Kane Smith triple off of the left center field wall tied the game up at 8 and sent us into extra innings. In the top of the 8th inning, Bardstown took the lead 9-8, but the Cougars scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th to win this one by a final score of 10-9. The pitching lines here for Bardstown. Their pitcher Tyler Hayden gets the loss. He throws 7+ innings, 9 hits, 10 runs, 4 of them earned. So a tough outing for him. 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. For Grayson County, Dane Hawkins was the starting pitcher. He's saddled with a no decision. 6 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. For Noah Bullock, he came in relief and blew a save tonight, as he had 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned, and 2 walks. He also hit a batter. And then Mason Miller came in, and he is the one who gets the win in the game tonight, as he threw 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned, and picks up the win in tonight's game. The final line score, Bardstown, 9 runs, 10 hits, and 6 errors. For the Cougars, 10 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. We'll tell you how everything happened more specifically here coming up after this, and wrap things up here from Donley Field, and a miraculous win for the Cougars by a final score of 10-9. Here.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
I mean, wow. That's just the only thing I think you can use to describe tonight's game, where Grayson County wins by a final score of 10-9. As Grayson County took today's game in dramatic fashion with a 10-9 walk-off victory over Bardstown. Game is tied at 9 with the Cougars batting here in the bottom of the 8th when an error scored 1 run. It scored Noah Bullock from third. And that made our final score here of 10-9. Despite falling down by 5 runs in the second inning, Bardstown tried to fight back. They scored 9 runs in the failed comeback on a single by Will Cougar in the third, Brady Clark in the third, a walk by Isaac Kaiser in the third, a single by Clark in the 7th, and a walk by Stone in the 7th, and a wild pitch scored Phillips in the 7th as well, and also a ground out by Clark here in the 8th. Cougars got things started in the first inning. An error scored the first 2 runs for the game. Mason Miller picks up the win for the Cougars. He allowed 1 hit in 1 run over 1 inning, walking 0. Noah Bullock threw 1 inning also in relief out of the bullpen. Tyler Hayden took the loss. He allowed 9 hits and 10 runs over 7 innings and struck out 3. Dane Hawkins started the game for the Cougars. He surrendered 6 runs on 8 hits over 6 innings while striking out 6. The Cougars had 9 hits in the game. Bullock and Ryan Johnson each managed multiple hits. Bullock led the Cougars with 3 hits and 5 at-bats, including a beauty of a bunt that ended up putting him on base, which turned out to be the winning run. For Bardstown, they racked up 10 hits in the game. Clark and Cougar all managed multiple hits. That does wrap up our coverage here tonight from Bardstown, or rather from Donley Field, where the Cougars defeat Bardstown here 10-9, as it has been a crazy night, and we will be back here for another edition of Cougar Sports here on K105's Facebook Watch. That'll be on Thursday as we'll make the trip up to Breckenridge County High School for the Lady Cougar softball team, as they will try to get back into the winning ways as they will play against the Lady Tigers of Breckenridge County. I would like to thank our crew here tonight, Chase Minton and Cody Brock. So until Thursday night, on a night where the Grayson County Cougars improved to 18-15 with a 10-9 victory over Bardstown in 8 innings, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.